when rival Lionesses battle, it can be savage, deep scars inflicted, and it is sweat dripping hot inside this stadium. All the pressure's on England, fourth quarter-final in a row. Cameroon, only the fourth African side to ever get this far.
I suppose everybody feels like this, but it sort of felt like it fit in as part of my fairy tale sort of story so far. You know, my family love Ian Wright. You know, it's like it felt personal.
I'm very proud to be able to be involved in the naming of the squad. It's really nerve-wracking. I'm nervous. I just want to say, Leah Williamson, congratulations. And to everybody else, I'll say, get behind the girls, get behind the Lionesses, and be ready. I think we've got a big summer coming up.
It gives me great pleasure to be able to announce that England's defensive rock and captain, Steph Houghton, will be on the plane to France. Steph, congratulations. I know you and the team will do the nation proud. Good luck.
The dream is to always represent your country and play at a World Cup, and I'm fortunate enough to, last year was my third World Cup, and each World Cup's been different, but Prince William announcing here was obviously a real special moment for me and the family for him to do that, but ultimately to be included in a World Cup squad, there's no better feeling at all.
When you wait for so long and you've worked towards something for so long, it could be underwhelming, or you feel like you're a bit nervous, how am I actually going to feel? And it was, yeah, just everything that I expected and more really, like the feeling of actually getting told I was going. So yeah, it was amazing.
Best friend ever in the world. So I've got a big women's football group, and as France is so close, we just thought, why not travel out to the games? Most of the matches we could get to by car and fill it with as many people as possible, get on the ferry, get on the Eurotunnel. It just felt like an absolute no-brainer to go and travel.
We were having lunch with some friends who suggested if there was a game near enough in France that to go. So we looked up online and found Lionesses.
I just wanted to go and perform, and I wanted to lead the team that I had been doing over the last few years, and the only way that I could have done that is by playing well and making sure my football did the talk, and the rest comes with it.
I've never had sort of so much fun, because as soon as I arrived, I'm in. Like I'm here, I've actually done it. This is what I've been working for a year now, and I sort of, you know, wasn't really sure of my expectations of playing or not or whatever. I just wanted to get there, play football and just enjoy it. I just didn't want to waste the opportunity, really. The first 3 games, again, just like nailed the game plan. You know, it was just like ticking boxes as we were going along.
When you come to tournament football, it's important that you don't peak too early, and the 3 games, they pose different threats. I think Scotland was always going to be a bit of a nervy one, the fact that it was kind of like a derby atmosphere. You wanted to kind of get the first 3 points on the board, and it's all about grinding out a win. And Argentina, they pretty much banked up for the most of the game, and it was important that we were patient and professional. And Japan, I think that was when we started to feel a lot more confident with how we're playing. We had a lot of the ball. We defended really well. We were resolute, and we managed to be clinical as well. So I think in terms of a start ahead of a World Cup, I think we couldn't have asked for a better one.
3 wins, 3 convincing wins as well. Like growing each game. It's literally everything that if you went into a World Cup, you'd say, what do you want from the group? And we got that out of it, I think.
Match day was, we got up early, about 4:30 in the morning, I think it was. Shuttle over to France, time to get a coffee, onto the shuttle, and then travel to Valenciennes. Very easy place to find.
So we decided to travel on the day of the match. So I picked up my friend Holly, we jumped in the car, went straight to the ferry. I can't remember, we got quite an early ferry over just to make sure that we had plenty of time. Had breakfast on the ferry, and then just drove straight into the town, and it was like, quickly, England shirts on, straight to the fan zone.
We were big nappers, me and Georgia, so we planned our day around a nap, and I was so happy to have an earlier kick-off, to be honest. Just like get it over, and you know, as soon as it gets to game day, you just want to walk straight into the stadium. So yeah, I was grateful for the earlier kick-off, and I think I went for a walk, got out of the hotel a bit and then just slept.
I think everybody was glad for a 5:30 kick-off, and the lead up to the Cameroon game, it was a bit of a strange one because it was the first time we were in the hotel with the opposition, which was a bit weird in terms of in Valenciennes. We'd never been there before. The hotel was unbelievable, but when you know you've got such a big game and you've got a lot of Cameroon fans hanging outside of your hotel, it was a bit strange, but the girls really handled it really well.
I think that's definitely my most quiet time of the day when I'm on the bus. I do the music sometimes, and I did the music for the girls in the change room at the World Cup, so I know that that's probably my only time that I'm going to just be on my own with my own headphones and that. So yeah, just sort of keep myself to myself. I love long journeys to games and being able to put your music in and sort of just zoning out for a bit.
I like a bit of superstition, so I always sit in the same place, put my earphones on, just listen to some music, and then obviously once you're getting off the team bus, it's all about just trying to, I'm very zoned in that moment and just trying to get my routine sorted, what I would normally do in the changing rooms.
You know, going into the ground and that, it was just real excitement, and we had some photos with some a Cameroonian group, didn't we? And yeah, it was the atmosphere was just electric. It was just really exciting, really good.
Being a DJ is a bit like being a people pleaser. Not necessarily what you'd play, but what you think the team would want. And then just, it's got to be reflective of the mood, and sometimes you can just feel it, and that's what I mean. Until you get on the coach, you're not really going to know what the mood is. But also if you can influence it, so if you feel like the team's a bit dead, or you know everybody's a bit quiet, then you'd want to get something that was pumping them up, so to speak. So I think it's quite a complex job. I don't think it's as easy as it seems. But I received a bit of feedback off Lucy Bronze the other day, and I sensed a tiny bit of boredom there. So I either need to up my game, or yeah, I'll have to pass the reins. And I think they'd kick me off if they weren't satisfied. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Either they'll get rid of me, or I'll keep growing as a DJ.
Maybe touch to the captain, Steph. She's raring to go. Look.
There's nothing better than seeing a captain score. It was a weird circumstance in which it happened, with it being a free kick inside the penalty area.
I kind of knew that I wanted to put it that corner, and obviously they put obviously put everybody back on the line near the keeper, and I just seen a little gap, and I just kind of had to trust my technique. But in my head, I'm thinking, if you miss this, Steph, this is embarrassing. I was thinking, please just put it in the back of the net.
I mean, she just hit it so hard. It was like, there's no way that's not going in.
Houghton, 1-0. Blasted in by the captain, no doubt.
To get a goal in the World Cup, it was a great feeling. When we put the ball in the back of the net, it just allows us to relax a little bit more and play the way that we are playing.
It was just what we had deserved, but it did settle everyone down, and we just bossed the match.
For Cameroon, it meant that they had to try and come out and do something, which meant a lot of spaces for us to kind of exploit.
Into White, flag stays down, Ellen White! Then the flag is raised, and the joy is short-lived.
We had absolutely no idea what was going on.
And here's the decision, VAR. Goal given! England lead 2-0. It's Ellen White's fourth of these World Cup finals.
Yeah, she does it like this way, but you're supposed to do it that way.
Obviously, when Ellen scored just before half-time, I think we were waiting there for 2-3 minutes, and I decided to go and speak to the referee and was just like, what's going on?
But a rather shambolic end to the first half for Cameroon.
Never seen anything like it.
It's almost as if they don't want to carry on.
There was a potential for the game to go a little bit crazy. I think it was the most weirdest game I've ever been involved in, and if you ask any of the girls, it was just really strange.
I mean, I think we all were on the bench, like quite in a bit of in shock really, disbelief at what was actually happening. I've never seen anything like that.
We were having to text people, and at one point I had the BBC commentary on in my ear because we were going, what's going on? Everyone was like, what? They've stopped playing, they're arguing with the referee, and we could It was obvious it was because of the decisions, because we'd seen it come up on the screen, but the reasoning behind it and what was going on was really unclear.
That was the one time that I stayed out of the change room at half time, because I just didn't really want to. The girls are doing such a good job, and I didn't really want to go in, and it's sometimes hard to feel what the girls are feeling on the pitch, and I didn't really want to go in disconnected and maybe say something or influence anything. So I think we all just stayed out on the pitch and just let them stay focused, and I think obviously they were literally ultimate professionals.
It's only human to be a bit frustrated with what was going on. Obviously you want to kind of get playing, you're in a rhythm, we were playing well and we wanted to continue trying to score some more goals, but ultimately I was really proud of how we acted as a team and as a squad, because we could have easily been dragged into something that we didn't have to be, and they tried to make it difficult for us, but we showed our professionalism and we just tried to get on with the game as much as we could.
It was so unknown to the players. We've never seen anything like that before, let alone them. And so it was great that they just got on with it, and it was like, let's do what we do best.
Right down to 10 at the moment. It comes a corner, swept brilliantly in, and England have a third. Terrific routine. It's dug in to Greenwood, and the Liverpool girls combine, the Liverpoolians, and England have a third.
At that point, I think everyone was having a great time. It was such a good set piece. It was just like straight in from dug-in, bang.
She was our favourite player out there because of the Man United connection at the time, and it was the best goal as well. But it just put to bed any chance of any kind of comeback, really. It was just the icing on the cake.
After everything that had happened, it was just, everyone just wanted to celebrate, and I think everyone went wild at that point. Like, we didn't know if we were going to get any more goals or not, but I think it was 3 really different goals, and that was really nice to see, I think. So everyone was in a great mood. Yeah, shouting and screaming.
Normally you look down the line and you get told, like, go and warm up, and you think, normally it's just like, okay, next 3 go, and you have like a rota. So when you get called your name, or they send somebody else back in for you to go out, and you think, okay, I must be going on. But throughout the tournament we'd had quite a few, like, go and warm up, and then that person would just come back and then they'd go and warm up again, and you just never know in tournament football, it just changes so much. But I think I was only out there for about 2 minutes, and then I got recalled, and I thought, normally I'm a bit nervous and I try and prolong that period, and I thought, do you know what, I'm not going to waste another second, so sprinted back, put my shirt on, and yeah, at that point I'm thinking, surely they're not going to take this away from me.
I think the fan club is here to support Leah Williamson, because we've heard some shrill, delighted cheers as the Arsenal player comes on to replace Nikita Paris.
Even Nikita coming off, I've spent years of my England career in a team with Nikita, always looked up to somebody like her.
I can remember Leah coming on, and she came on at right back, and I think just remember just saying to her, just relax and enjoy it and just take it all in, because this feeling is the best feeling ever. And I think once you get a little bit of a feeling of playing in the tournament, you want so much more, and you need to remember that. But a real proud moment, and yeah, it's important that you remember your debuts at these tournaments, and you'll always remember them. Nobody can ever take that away from you.
I've got a picture of me and Kira after the Cameroon game, and she's jumped on my back because she knows as much as I do, because she's been by my side the whole time, and how much that sort of means to me, and sort of knowing everything about me as a person before even knowing me as a footballer. She knows that was big for me. The noise and everything, I can still feel it now, really. It's well, probably the most special moment in my career, really.
She's good at what she does.
She's good at what she does. She's a leader.
Calm and collective about how she makes decisions.
And everyone in the team trusts her and will follow her. They know that if she gives 100%, I've got to give 100%. I
think she led with her actions that day. It's not necessarily something that she could have ever been prepared for, and not something that any of us would have been prepared for, those kind of scenarios. And I think she led by what she did, and it was literally head down, finish the job, get on with what was happening. Even the goal that she scored, that's a high pressure situation, and did not faze her at all. Steph showed that from, like I say, from the top, and sent a sort of wave through the team of just stay on track, do the business, kept everybody together and just completely removed us from that situation, which obviously helped us.
Thanks, Leah. Obviously that moment there, it's always trying to be an example, and I'd like to think that over whether it's 2-3 tournaments time, I think the likes of Leah and Kira could be potential captains of their country. And ultimately my thought process is always just control what you can control, and the only way that we could have done that is play the football that we wanted to play and be the professionals that we are. And that was a game where we had to stand up and be counted, but we had to be ourselves, and we had to wear the jersey with pride, but also just show how professional we are. And I was desperate to get to a quarter-final of the World Cup, and I knew the only way that we could have done that is by sticking together, sticking to the way that we play, and ultimately just getting the job done.
England are through to the quarter-finals of the 2019 Women's World Cup. The boos, I think, are for the VAR decisions. England are through, though, and through comfortably.
I was really lucky. I had my mum and my dad were both there, which is a really special moment, you know, like all those years of travelling, and everybody says the same thing, and it's like to actually have them there at that time, when I wasn't really, like I say, you have no idea what's going to happen, you have no, are you going to play, are you not? So yeah, I had my grandparents there, my parents, which was really, really special. And then I had my best friend there, from like my oldest friend, had come out with, they'd driven her sister and a couple of friends, all in their England gear and stuff. So like that again, it's just like having them there was perfect. I mean, she was my good luck charm, so I definitely want her back there whenever the opportunity comes around again.
Obviously, to have all the friends and family over, it was the best feeling ever to be able to play in a World Cup, and for them to have the time of their lives over there for 2-3 weeks and follow us around France, and obviously to see them after games as well, not just your own family but everybody else's family, and especially after a win, it was just great to see everybody happy and obviously excited for the next game.
I've always followed my dad with his own sport of football and cricket, and if he's taken me up to England men's games before and other football, and to actually say, you know, you come in with us and turn the tables, and because he's 80 now, and quite frail, isn't he? But you know, it was great, just a great day and a great family experience.
From being at home during the Men's World Cup the summer before, to then, that was one of the best summers of my life as a fan, and be on the supporter side of it. So then to be out there and like feel the train as it's sort of everybody's getting on it and moving, and you're leading it, you're out there. It was just surreal, and I'm so happy I'd seen the previous summer and what was going on at home. Yeah, it's just amazing really to be on the other side of it, and to see, you know, I'm sitting on a bench, I'm looking around, and I'm like, there's thousands of England fans here that have like travelled out to watch us, and it's just, yeah, it's pretty special actually.
And the amount of messages that we got, the amount of people that are wishing us good luck and rooting for us back home, the support was unbelievable, and we could really feel that as players, and we could really feel the excitement building as the games went on.
This is Leah Williamson, okay?
Oh,
yeah.
Hi Chris, I hope you and the family are staying safe. I'd just like to thank you for all your support, and I'm so glad that you got to experience that game last year, the first game in person with all your family there. I go to watch the Arsenal with all my family, same with England, and I know how special those memories are. So yeah, I'm really happy that we could share that experience with you last year, or you shared it with us, and I hope to see you at another game soon.
That's good, isn't it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Justine, Steph Houghton here. I just want to say a massive thank you from me and the girls for obviously having a little bit of a road trip over to France to see us against Cameroon, and obviously the semi-final as well, with the rest of your football team. So hopefully we get to see you at a game soon, but most importantly, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Oh, that's very kind. Can I get a copy of that?
Yeah, of course.
That's really cool, thank you.